Here now is Dan Henninger from the Wall Street Journal. He is also a Fox News contributor. There are just a couple elements to this story that I absolutely love. The first one is I love Fred Smith hitting back. You know, the New York Times writes this story. He just, boom, puts out this statement. He puts it on Twitter. He puts it everywhere. People are reading it this morning. He doesn't attack New York Times saying your reporting is wrong. He just says, hey, Kettle, who you calling black here? You're doing the exact same thing we are. What did you think of that?
Well, I think it's quite wonderful. I mean, we all know that Fred Smith is no shrinking violet when it comes to this sort of thing. And, yeah, it's great that he's standing up for the private sector. I mean, here is one of the greatest entrepreneurs, arguably, in the history of the country. The number of employees employed by FedEx worldwide is 425,000 people. I mean, Fred Smith and
Amazing.
FedEx are supporting nearly 500,000 people, and they've been doing it for years. And so you got to ask yourself, which would you prefer? A world of private sector investment of the sort that Fred Smith represents, or what the Times seems to want is to transfer most of their corporate tax income to the federal government and let them make the choices? That seems to be the debate that Fred Smith wants to have with the New York Times.
Not only that, I mean, the premise of Fred Smith's business is about expanding the economy. It's facilitating all these other businesses, mom and pop, everyone else trying to make money by delivering goods from one place to the other. He's not just supporting his own employees, which is huge in and of itself. He's also, you know, the lifeblood of the larger economy. Another thing I think is interesting is whenever they have these debates about companies not paying their fair share of taxes, this, that, and the other thing, they're all doing it legally. And they're doing what the government has set up for them to do with their profits through the tax law. I mean, if you want to fault somebody for how the system is working, why don't you go to those chuckleheads in Congress who are responsible for writing legislation? What do you think?
Well, I mean, the Congress indeed passed the cut in the corporate tax rate in the first year of Donald Trump's presidency. And arguably, I mean, it's the difference between the strong economy we have now, stock market continuing to set records, as the president says, increasing people's 401ks, versus the Times candidate like Barack Obama, who was president for 8 years and never got growth above 2%. And we had high unemployment across that period. And I think the cut in the corporate tax rate had a lot to do with that, along with the deregulation that allowed industries like FedEx and trucking and distribution to flourish. The Times opposes that sort of thing. Yeah. It's no surprise that they would put it on its front page. I love the idea of Fred Smith debating the business editor of the New York Times.
No, that's absolutely true, and you're right. And you're talking about the corporate tax rate, and I'm talking about when people attack the loopholes and they say whether it's the deductions or whether, you know, when they go after whether it's Amazon and saying, you know, with the depreciation rules, you paid this tax, but you got this back and forth. We do have a very complicated tax code, and companies use that to their advantage, as they should. I mean, that's what the tax law is about. And if you don't like the various loopholes and the other deductions, then you should change the tax law. It's not their fault that they're doing what the tax code, how it's been set up. They're taking advantage of it.
And if you put the tax rate back up to where Elizabeth Warren wants it, you inevitably will have the return of those loopholes.
Yeah. Dan, thank you. Appreciate your time.